Meanwhile, a major investigation by the Premium Times revealed that Uche Naji, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, is allegedly a serial certificate forger, having presented counterfeit documents during his ministerial screening. The University of Nigeria, Nsukka, in a letter, officially disowned his Bachelor of Science degree certificate, confirming that Naji was admitted in 1981 but did not complete his studies and was never awarded a degree. This finding follows an earlier verdict from the National Youth Service Corps, which similarly could not authenticate the certificate of national service Naji submitted, highlighting multiple forensic discrepancies, including an impossible signing date and an incorrect organizational title confirming the document was a forgery. Well, as of now, Uche Naji has not responded to this investigation or made any public comments on the report. Well, social media has been awash with reactions, and I'll take Chidi Odinkalu's post on X. He wrote, "In case you missed it, Nigeria's Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Uche Naji, forged his degree certificate from UNN, Nigeria." Well, he went on to say, "If that's not innovative, I don't know what is." Another ex-user wrote, "The rhetoric surrounding Uche Naji is a sponsored political gimmick orchestrated by the opposition party in Enugu. Those who are spreading fake news about Uche Naji will soon face the consequences." That's the same honorable minister whom the PDP Enugu said he didn't graduate from UNN. We have seen this story, Rufy on fire, circulating. It went on fire all weekend after that Premium Times report. I don't know what your thoughts are. We've seen this person here posting a picture of Uche Naji allegedly in the university, but the university, according to Premium Times, is saying that he did not graduate.
You see, political actors will always talk. And you know why they talk? Because we have a culture of corruption. Uche Naji, in court deposition that was released by Premium Times, was the one himself that said that he did not finish from that school. So, you see, it's part of the corruption that you can bring out a booklet that shows the fact that he was part of graduating set. But the Vice Chancellor was the one that confirmed, because Oji, do not forget that a letter was first written by People's Gazette where the registrar said, oh, truly he went to the school. But that registrar in another public complaints commission in deposition said that was not true. So it was in the deposition that he talked about, court deposition forwarded by Premium Times, that he said that he did not finish from the school. So you see, we have a system. But the bigger question we should ask is, didn't those in President Tinubu's cabinet verify this? That's why it's a shame on President Tinubu's government. Because only recently President Tinubu was saying all the civil servants that have forged certificates, they should be found out. Yeah. So you can see what is coming. So it's a government of a lot of forgery as we speak today. And you wonder, where the security agent, the National Assembly, did he pass through? How did he pass through? This was the same face that they stopped El-Rufai from. They said they had security threats. But they never saw the case of forgery. So that's the politics in the country.
A fresh storm of controversy is rocking the cabinet of President Bola Tinubu. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, has been caught in an alleged certificate forgery scheme with the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN, disowning the Bachelor of Science degree certificate he submitted to the Senate during his screening in August 2023. In his curriculum vitae submitted to the Senate, including his degree and NYC certificates, the minister told the lawmakers that he graduated from UNN with a BSc in biochemistry and microbiology and underwent his one-year mandatory NYC service in Jos Plateau State. While the university insisted that the minister dropped out of the institution without completing his studies, Naji denied he forged his degree certificates. Meanwhile, civil society organizations like the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, and Transparency International Nigeria are mounting pressure on the minister to resign from his cabinet position over the alleged certificate forgery and apologize to the nation. BKO, latest report says that the minister he admitted in a court document, and that the UNN did not issue the certificate. But Biko, talk to me, how do you weigh in on this matter?
It's a very straightforward matter.
Straightforward?
Extremely straightforward.
No ambiguity.
There is no cho about this. It's a very straightforward matter. If some of the pieces of information flying around in the public space as damning and literally conclusive as we can see them, the honorable thing to do for the minister, if he does not have a strong and counter evidence, the honorable thing for him to do is to resign. He shouldn't wait for the president to get involved. He shouldn't wait for the president to get involved. Public office is not a do or die thing. Things don't have to get this bad before people do the right thing. This is my opinion. The collateral damage to the government will be a very bad one.
Integrity.
If this young man, if this is not really young, if this gentleman does not step aside, I think he needs to do that. And if he does that, many people will respect him, because the feeling in our country is that, oh, people don't resign, people don't give up their positions. But that shouldn't stop anyone who can see that he has found himself in a dead end from throwing in the towel. I mean, there are many ways by which you can skin a cat.
Okay.
This matter has been on for more than 2 years. Well, you see, at least it's been on since 2023. But if you accuse the UNN in paragraphs 12 and 13 of your 34 paragraph verifying affidavit of refusing to issue you a certificate, the question then is, where did you get the one
that you submitted,
that you are parading? The one that you took before the
Senate comments.
The Senate, before the SGF. Where did you get that one? It's just similar to what Natasha and her lawyers did the other day. The same people had been claiming that they had a judgment.
Oh, okay.
And in their 30 grounds
of appeal, they admitted
number 16 of the 30 grounds accused the judge of abdicating her responsibility by not ordering my recall. Oh, so you knew all along that she didn't order your recall, but you misled people, you lied to journalists, and journalists who should be ashamed of themselves, who knew that that didn't transpire in open court. They were happy to mislead Nigerians. That, there is an order, they didn't follow order. A judge expressed an opinion and you call that an order.
It's not possible.
People who claim to have gone through law school, trained lawyers, who will not be happy to be described as charge and bail, they too were promoting the false sentiment that there was an order to recall. So this is the situation. It's very similar. Because in our job, we must have an eye for the spoken and the written word. The written word in the affidavit says They refused to give me certificate. Okay, fair enough. Where did you get the one that you are parading? So it's so easy. That's why interpretatively, journalists are saying, oh, he has admitted. Because whatever you file before a court becomes a public document. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
The same way that we looked at the 30 grounds of appeal, of Natasha's appeal, and discovered
That they admitted that.
the elevated lie, elevated hypocrisy that we saw. It's the same way that it's the same way we are saying it here. Because Justice Hawa eventually said, okay, I'm not granting an interim order stopping them from tampering with your academic records, because the school reserves the right.
Absolutely.
The same school, and that is where I think heads should roll even in UNN, because earlier people had been led to believe that she passed through the school and got a certificate, but the registrar recanted later on to say, oh, we've checked the academic records in respect of the 1985 graduates, and we cannot find his name. So what happened? You are saying, oh, it was a mistake. We say, how? How will a mistake happen? If I wanted to find out, I don't know the university that you went to. If I wanted to find out now whether you passed through that school or not, they should be able to give me a conclusive
Absolutely.
evidence whether you passed through the university or not. Not to give me an information
And now,
only to recount later on that no, that thing that we gave you, that piece of information that we gave you is not correct. We have checked thoroughly now, and we have discovered that it's not in our record. Oh, that's the thing.
A crime on its own.
So it makes sense. It shouldn't take so long for us to find closure to this matter, and there are many brilliant people who can fill this position.
From the same zone.
That's what, once the president settles down, I mean, I don't even expect the president to intervene, because it's too
straightforward.
yes.
It's open and close.
I mean, but talking, how do you think the president should respond to this? The president, the DSI, the anti-corruption agency, how do you think they should respond to this?
Well, we are going to hold, before we get to the president, we have to hold three people responsible. The registrar of UNN, those who cleared the man to become minister. I'm talking about the security services.
Oh, okay.
Because normally you don't get to that level without them giving you a security
Yeah, the
clearance.
background check, verification.
Don't forget a particular man that thought he was already a minister until the security report came out. That cannot be a minister. So we have to look at that level, 3 levels. But the most important one before we get to the president is Mr. Nnaji himself and his sense of propriety and a sense of honor. Personally, it's not the first minister that will catch with their hand in the jar. There was a minister through Obasanjo's tenure that was disgraced out. Don't forget Kemi Adeosun's case.
Yes.
But this one is more fundamental, because this is the qualification that was not even required to be a minister.
Okay, yeah.
You don't even need
Yes,
to
yes.
say,
You don't even
if you
need
have
the
a secondary school,
Secondary school is
certificate,
enough.
you are good to go.
Yes.
If you know there's a comma on top of
I don't
your
know why
qualification,
people do this.
why must you use it? All you need is a G4 because the same thing that qualifies you to be a House of Member rep, that qualifies you to be
A minister.
Just show proof that you went
to a secondary school.
And you are home and free.
Good to go.
This our portion for adding or padding, as they say, is be the death of
Beefing
another
up our CV.
I don't understand. What do you have to prove? When the law that gives you this job was very clear, secondary school. So
They've made
this
it easy for you.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
This is self-implication.
Yes,
on the part of the
self-inflicted injury.
Self-inflicted injury. But also the DSS also did some sort of background check when he submitted his credentials to the Senate.
That means,
Should they be held responsible too?
yeah, those whose duty it was to check
To vet,
everything
yeah.
thoroughly. What is the security clearance that we are talking about?
Exactly.
You have to look at the person's academic record. Did he go through the school? Look at what Premium Times is doing to this minister. They got even members of the cabinet, of this cabinet, who went to the same school, and they looked at their certificates. They saw that it was different. They got people who graduated
Same year.
Look at the NYC certificate. I saw that it was different. Even Gige, they even brought Gige certificate to check. Oh, is this how the certificate looks like? And you will see discrepancies. So that's why I say it's not. I don't want to talk too much on this matter, but it's already a very straightforward matter. Unless he has cast iron evidence that we have not seen or that we are not entitled to, that he can present, that will wash him clean, like somebody baptized in the Jordan River. Honestly, this is a straightforward matter. He can just say, well, Mr. President, thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve, and go home. Now
and whatever happens after.
You know, but the problem with us Nigerians is that people are not committed to the truth anymore.
Oh, okay.
If you rape an individual now, those who like you
will stand.
They will not talk by it. No,
exactly.
They won't talk. They will be quiet. All the so-called politically induced activists, women, gender activists, women activists, all of them. If you rape an individual now, if you are somebody that they like, they will not talk about it. Everybody will keep quiet. That is political correctness, that when you now come before your God, you won't be able to defend.
Absolutely.
I don't know how some Nigerians think.
Some would even come to protest in support of the person.
I said, no, they will not protest in support. They will behave like it didn't happen. No, they know things that they can't defend, though.
They just keep quiet.
They will just keep quiet. That is what we see.